It is Self-Care Saturday with your girl Keep with your girl Key Reed from Keepsake Whole Body Wellness. Let's get started.
Didn't just run off. Maybe I don't need it. I don't know. Is that? Oh no, I think it really is dying. That's cool. I didn't charge it. Why does everything need to be charged? Um. All right, we won't do that. I think it's enough light. All right, so I won't get distracted by the light, what it is giving or what it's not giving. So I am Key. One of the things that I want to start doing for Keepsake Whole Body Wellness is to do like a self-care Saturday. So self-care Saturdays, what does it mean to just take care of yourself and have a day of just of goodness, right? So on Saturdays I try my best to like keep that day very chill, being intentional about it. Like I have the ideal of being chill on Saturdays. Doesn't always go to plan as planned, but I try to be intentional when I can to just, especially for Saturday mornings, just to have a time of relaxation and keeping that day very, very just clean. It's like a refresh day. I know a lot of videos are trending on the what is it, renew or something, renew or refresh for either a Saturday or a Sunday, where you just pretty much prepare for the week ahead and get things together. And so if you're a Christian, one of the things is to keep the seventh day holy, right? So you want to keep your seventh day holy, and it depends on how you look at the calendar or how you look at the days of the week of what day is actually the seventh day to keep it holy, or what day can you dedicate to just being in peace and cleansing. And so incorporating self-care, I definitely think it's really important to be true to yourself. And what does it mean for you to have a moment of caring about your well-being in every way and aspect, and what it is to you that will help you feel like, okay, I'm being cared for. If you're serving all week, if your job requires you to serve all week and you're constantly serving people and you're not, pouring back into yourself, like what does that mean if I just take this time to just be refreshed, be replenished? And so I definitely encourage you to, if you don't know the answer to that question, I definitely encourage you to take a moment to reflect on who you are and what it is that you need to be able to pretty much exist. Not walking around dead, not walking around very robotic, not walking around unfulfilled and unsatisfied. Taking a moment to really care for yourself is really important. And if it's not a full day, a half a day, a couple of hours, whatever it is that you can at least take for yourself is really gonna not only be good for yourself, but for the world and for others, because you're taking time to heal the process. Like, so in the morning, like this morning I woke up, and lately I have been loving a messy bed. Like the comforters and the sheets, and I have between like white and cream and like this eggshell. And so just seeing that blend of colors that are, it's not so monotone, but it's just these slight hues of colors. And I don't know why, but I've been loving it. Like I've been loving it. When I see the bed, I'm like, yes, you've been waiting on me. And it's something. It just takes it to a different level. I feel like I'm about to go to sleep on a cloud. Like the colors and everything, I'm just loving it. So it's just those small things, right? So this morning I knew I wanted to do a mock video for this, so I wanted, practice, rehearse, Yes, because that's what I do. I like to see things first and like, okay, am I comfortable enough with this? Can I really pull it out before I push it out? So I referenced earlier, seeing videos and seeing trends. And so I've been watching them and I'm like, okay. And like, what can I do? I'm a private person. And so I was like, I really don't want people all up in my space to video this. And, but I definitely don't mind sharing space. And it's not like it's being asked of me. So, like the whole, like, nobody and it's nothing and me and you, like, and I feel like sometimes that's what we really do in this world. Nobody's asking you about certain things, but when you invite them in and you let them in, then from there, of course, you're going to get questions, because curiosity is curiosity. You want to know more, you want to get in more, you want to build a deeper relationship with the things around you in this world. And so yeah, I was thinking about doing all that, but my phone was dead, so it wasn't happening, and it's just not going to happen. But I woke up this morning. I was actually going to make the bed today, and then I decided I'm going to just clean. So like I read the word, so I read the Bible, and then I just started cleaning, and then I ate because I was cleaning and I was hungry. I was hungry, and so then I ate, and I was able, when I ate, to just have a moment of with my thoughts and my concerns, and it turned into a moment where it's like, I'm thinking of these things and I'm concerned about these things, so let me pray about these things and be hopeful for these things for a better outcome. And so I was able to surrender that. And then from there, I'm like, all right, I set a good atmosphere. I think I'm just going to chill, like maybe read a book. And then I was like, no, I should do the video. I feel good right now to do the video. So I'm doing the video, and I hope to continue to do this video. Like I said, today was just kind of like that trial run of, can this be feasible for me in my life right now? And so we'll see. If you guys see this video and you see other videos, then we know, this is it. So I just want to leave. There is a lot of things too that I wanted to say, and I may just leave it on one note, or I may go on a tangent and leave it on a lot of notes. But if I can remember what it was that came to mind, I'm thinking of something that came to mind last night, what I posted on Keepsake Whole Body Wellness on the Instagram. I posted this on the feed, but it was something else today that came to mind. Oh, yes. Okay. So I think I'll talk about those two things. So the first thing is scars, right? So we all have scars, and not to be a little weird, but you can't tell, but I had a scar right here, right? Or scars. I got scratched by a client, and the client's a kid. I don't know if that disclaimer need to be out there, but it's out there. The client was a kid, and so I got scratched, and I remember that day because I was so upset. I was like, I don't come to work to get beat up by kids, and that's what happened, clearly. So I got scratched, and I remember one of the things was to kind of just like let it go, like build that rapport back with the client. And I'm like, build the rapport? I just got scratched. I feel like I just lost the fight. Like, what you talking about? Build a rapport? Like, mind blowing. It's like, go wipe it off, come back, and go play. And I'm like, what? Like, this is behavioral therapy. Like, no hard feelings. Do what you gotta do. Build that rapport, build that relationship. And so yesterday when I saw the area, and I was like, wow, that faded. Like, it faded to the point where I could barely notice. Like, I think to the naked eye, if you just looked at me, you wouldn't be able to tell like there's scars there. And I know there's scars there because I lived that moment, right? Or maybe if you saw me, you'd be like, oh man, I thought she had scars there. You know, I thought I saw something. And I remember when they started to heal, you know how, well, it may not be for everybody, but for our melanin people, you know, where it's kind of like darker on the outer edges and then lighter in the inside. And so I was like, oh man, like it's going to be uneven toned. And like, you know, these are just the thoughts that came through my mind through the process of my body healing, of my body rejuvenating. And now last night when I saw, I was like, wow, you can barely even know. It's like, I would not notice if I did not know. And so I just wanted to encourage others, and I put it, scars can be ugly, but with good care, with proper care, they'll heal. You know, they'll fade away. And so I just want to encourage you all right now, if you're going through a season where you're getting scratched, if you're going through a season where you're getting bruised, where and it feels hurtful and it feels painful, and you wanted to have a moment to soak in your feelings, right? In my mind that day, like I had a lot of feelings about the company, about, you know, the lead therapist. I had a lot of feelings, and I took it personal, and it was not personal at all. And sometimes I think in my quiet space, I can remember that. I can remember the Lord telling me it's not personal. It's not he said, it's not about you. That's what he said, right? That was his words, you know? And in that moment, it was like a Lilo and Stitch moment of just, when Stitch sometimes had to drag Lilo, right? And I felt like that. And sometimes in life, like I want to soak in my feelings and I want to be there, and like this hurt me. Like I didn't come here expecting to be hurt. I came here expecting to perform, or I came here expecting to serve. I came here expecting to show off my skills. And in the midst of that, I got bruised. In the midst of that, I felt like I was damaged, and what was maybe beautiful, what was maybe presented in maybe an elegant and a nice way, is now scarred. And even though scars heal, they still leave a bruise on the body. They still leave a mark. And so it's through last night, or through the process of healing, that I was able to like, wow, it fades. It fades away. The scars, and even the feelings are so temporary. And I know this. I know feelings are temporary. I tell my clients all the time, feelings are temporary. We're not going to send these feelings. We're going to learn how to process these feelings. We're going to learn how to manage these feelings. But in the moment, I totally get it. We all get it. Hopefully get it, that feelings are temporary, and feelings can at times feel very extreme. It doesn't mean that we ignore those feelings. We acknowledge those feelings, and we keep going. So that's the point. Like through your process and through your trials and through the things that you may be going through the bruises and through the hurt and through the moments where you're like, I don't want to build a relationship with you because you hurt me. Remember that through time, things fade. Things can be very temporary, and don't allow a temporary moment to disturb you and cause you to shift your focus on what you're there or what you're here to do, right? So if you're here to serve, if you're here to be the best that you can be, if you're here to fulfill your purpose, don't allow the bruises through your purpose, or through the journey of getting to your purpose, or through the journey of your purpose. I'm sorry. I don't like saying, and I don't believe in the concept of finding your purpose. I believe you are your purpose, right? And so scratch that thought. Through your journey of walking in your purpose, because you are purposeful because God has you here. So you automatically already have purpose in you. You would not be here on this earth if you were not to fulfill a purpose. Regardless of what role you play in this life, you have a purpose. Fulfill that purpose. So through your journey of fulfilling your purpose, there's going to be scars, and there may be some damage, and there may be some tears, and there may be some heartaches, and there may be a lot of other things, but there also comes joy. There also comes relief. There also comes a gratification of just seeing how naturally you're able to heal, but it does take care. So it took the care of me moisturizing my skin. It took the care of me removing, dead skin. I exfoliate. It took the care of me not soaking in the moment or soaking on the scar, like, oh, I need to change professions, I can't do this. It took all of that to be able to process and continue on to the journey of my purpose. So I say all of this to let you guys know, scars heal with proper care, and in due time they will fade. And for all of my believers out there, I just want you to know that as things fade and as things heal, it is to give God the glory. And so I encourage you through the process to count it all joy. I know it may not feel like joy, but say it's joy. you know, it's joy, because your mind may be like, oh, this ain't it. God, you got the wrong one. Talking about memes, I don't know why they're so relevant in this conversation, but it was like for 2023, God, I won't be the strongest servant, like send somebody else. And so even so, just count all joy. Every attack, every bruise, everything that comes against you, and you're like, why me? Because you have a purpose, and because you're walking in your purpose. Nobody, and if they did tell you this, they lying. Nobody said it's gonna be easy. Nobody said you ain't gonna get hurt. If they told you that, they lied. I'm gonna tell you, they lied, okay? They lied. And then the second thing I want to share with you all, oh my goodness, I remember and now I forgot it again. Oh, yes. I think that's probably why I was talking about social media so much. Okay. This is more so a warning. The other one was like, keep going, good job, you got this, count it joy, give God the glory, bada boom, bada bang, it's worth it, right? So that was that one. This one's a warning. And the reason why this one is a warning, because it's so necessary. In this life, we have a lot of instant gratification. I mean, turn on the TV, go outside, read, whatever, play a game, instant gratification. And it's to the point where if we're not careful, it would be sickening. And it's not the diagnostic sickness, it's the I didn't know I was being a fool this whole time. I didn't know I was being manipulated this whole time. I didn't know I was being hurt, or whatever the case may be, this whole time. Like, use the word like gaslighting or love bombing. Say what it is. It's manipulation. You're manipulating me. We don't need no other words in our dictionary. The English language, in my opinion, is whatever. It's just whatever. But we don't need no other words. You're manipulating, you're deceiving, you're a predator, you are defiling, you are performing adultery, you are like, the list can go on and on and on, and I don't even want to consume my thoughts with what all it could be. But let's call things what it is, right? Because when we don't address things as it is, and we try to put new labels or whatever the case may be, it becomes more confusing than what it needs to be. Like, we're already at war, whether it's physically or spiritually. You're immersed in some kind of action towards a goal, right? And so when it comes to our lifestyles, my warning is, as you're performing self-care, think about kind of what it is that you're gravitating to, right? So I don't know if I mentioned this. As I was eating my breakfast, I did mention this. I was saying, and I didn't have my phone or anything. It allowed me to have time to process. However, there are times where we may be having our alone time and we have negative thoughts, right? So what do we do with those negative thoughts? How do we address those negative thoughts? If we allow ourselves to sit in an emotion, then it could become more scarring, more damaging. I don't know if scarring is a word, but it could become more damaging to our bodies, to this vessel that we are, because we're just continuing to dig. So we don't want to damage something, because the more damage it is, the more healing, the more time, the more care that you have to put into something. So with that being a warning, try to minimize the damage as much as possible, right? If you get scratched by blocking something, it is more efficient for you to block something, to use a skill, to sharpen your skill of blocking something, than to come into an area where you're just constantly, not only did I get hurt, but I'm just going to dig into this hurt. I'm just going to continue to scar myself. I'm going to continue to traumatize myself. I'm going to continue to hurt myself. And so I'm going to encourage you during your alone time, if you're going to substances, if you're going to these shows out here these days, oh my goodness, it's so, I'm like, I don't know, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I've never been like this old soul or something, but I may just need to pick up the magazines, or I may need to go find somebody with a newspaper, because when I watch all this, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so horrible, and I'm tired of yelling at the TV. Like that ain't good for my health either. So I digress. But one of the things is be mindful, be cautious of what it is that you're allowing yourself to be exposed to. And sometimes the hurt that we experience, the trauma that we experience, is because there was a predator. There was a predator that preyed on the soul of an innocent person, and the ignorance of that innocent person allowed them to be gullible and allowed them to be suspect, and they ate from the hand of someone who deceived them, of someone who manipulated them, of someone that transformed them into wickedness, and may say it's all in the name of love. And may say it's all in the name of God. And they may say it's all in the name of honor. It's all in the name of duty. It's all in the name of the devil. Who knows? Whatever. Because people go there, and you have to be real, and you have to use wisdom. And if you don't have wisdom, gain some knowledge. Speak to someone that you have watched and you observed to be trusted. And if all else fail, even if you're not a believer, accept the Lord Jesus as your Lord and Savior and speak to him. The Holy Spirit will speak to you, and he will guide you, and he will order your steps. And we don't want to come to the end of our life, the end of our road, and be like, man, I live my life to the standards of this world. I was never true to myself. I wasn't true to the other people around me, and I succumb to the hand of wickedness. I succumb to the hands of your enemy. Really, you're not designed, you weren't created to be oppressed. You weren't designed, you weren't created to be abused, neglected. You weren't designed, and you weren't created to go through a life full of shame, of guilt, of constant hurt. Those things weren't your purpose. But as I mentioned in the beginning, through the journey, or beginning of the end, through the journey of fulfilling your purpose, there's going to be scars. So don't allow yourself to get stuck. Oh my goodness. Don't allow yourself to get stuck at convenience stores. Some of us got stuck in the convenience of being held. Some of us get stuck in the convenience of being cared for. And that's why self-care is so important. If you take a moment to reflect on your life and you realize, like, I don't like that. And maybe for a reason. And then in that sense of not liking something, then you can dig into it, investigate it. And that's what I mean when I say dig into that. Investigate. What is it about this situation? What is it about that person? What is it about that job? What is it about all of this that I don't like? And once you identify what it is, then from there you can allow it to go. All right? And letting go of things is like, depending on the attachment of it, it can be easy, or that too may have left you some deep scars in which through time and through proper care, you're able to heal. So my warning, once again, to all of you all is to be mindful of what you're allowing to infiltrate, to become, and to be within you. There's so many beautiful souls out there, and it hurts me to know how much we have allowed the world to grieve the Holy Spirit. I mean, we have allowed ourselves to be lied to. We have believed these lies and called them truths. We have allowed ourselves to be deceived. We have allowed ourselves to be manipulated. And then we become the liar. We become the deceiver. We become the manipulator because we didn't stop the predator. We didn't stop wickedness at the door. We didn't leave it at the convenience store. It was convenient to double tap. It was convenient to continue to watch this even though I shouldn't be watching it. It was convenient to sit in a room full of people that I know I had no right being next to because such and such was going to give me a ride home, but God blessed me with 2 feet and I could have just walked myself, but I was too much in my thoughts, so I stayed in an environment that was not conducive for me to move forward in my purpose, so I'm stuck. So my warning, be mindful of how you care for yourself. Be mindful of what you're doing in your life because you don't want to be stuck in situations and places and caught up in the things of this world and your soul is grieving. And so you can't even take time to take care of yourself because you're too busy trying to shift the care onto other people that have no right taking care of you. And because when you place the responsibility of your body, your home, your temple in somebody else's hands, you allow them to have control over you. You allow them to just come upon you and defile the precious being that you are. And oh my goodness, this morning it irritated me. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to go there. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. If it's a couple of hours, if it's half a day, if it's a whole day, please take care of yourself. Love yourself. And if you don't know how to take care of yourself, I don't mind, reach out to me. Hey, can we talk? I'm trying to get there. I'm stuck. It's so important. I was going to try to say it in Spanish, but I don't know no Spanish, and I can do that. I do that sometimes when I'm by myself. I be speaking in other. I try to speak in other languages. I don't. But I don't know how to say it, and I'm not gonna butcher it. It's very important. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. You are so precious, and you're so beautiful, and you deserve everything. Those scars you have, count it joy. They will fade. God will get the glory. You will be happy and find peace in knowing you didn't continue to dig, but you allowed yourself to heal. When it comes to the things of this world, be mindful. Open your eyes. Be woke. I use quotation marks because things have become so diluted, so watered down, that it has lost its purity. So yeah. Okay, guys. Alright. I thought it was gonna be a quick little video. This little 30 seconds. You know, I was like, okay, 30 seconds. Boom, I'm out. Push record. Push in. Upload. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Boom, boom, boom. And here we are. So I don't know how these videos are gonna go in its fullness. Today, like I said, was just a mock, but I feel like we can be back. We can do this on Saturdays. We can have these conversations. And even for me, I've just expressed within my self-care, a lot of things that I do is either towards, I would say, like the business is an investment towards financial freedom, right? Outside of that, I do things to take care of my physical wellness. And then other than that, like my spiritual wellness, and then I just communicate socially too to make sure I'm still connecting socially. So I try to touch on multiple aspects of my life that allow me to continue to feel good and to feel whole, and I don't feel like I have a void within me. So I touch base on every aspect of my life because that makes me feel fulfilled. And so I'm comfortable enough within where I'm at to be able to share with others. I don't like, and I don't want the responsibility of being fake. If I don't do it, I can't tell you to do it because I'm not there. I'm not there. We're not gonna fake it till we make it. So nope. We're gonna be 1,000. We're gonna be real, and we're gonna keep it pushing. You too, me too, you too. Okay. we know. So that's how it is, and yeah. I would appreciate it if you guys say, hey, I like this. No, I don't like this. Comment any thoughts, any things that we want to talk about as far as self-care Saturdays. I mean, for right now, it may be me coming on here and just and sometimes it may be a little bit more structured. I think I tried, it wasn't a self-care Saturday, but I did try, like, for a little moment of creating content and like worksheets and stuff for people to kind of follow along with me. The physical one, I think that was really good, but at the same time, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not a physical trainer. It's nice to be able to have someone to work out with, but I think that would be more of like an invitation, like, hey, let's meet up X, Y, and Z. We're gonna walk around the park, or we'll go here, you know, for physical activity. I think that would be more suitable and more comfortable with my soul. So I don't feel like, oh, okay, we're working out, but don't follow me, but follow me type of ordeal. Yes. And then I definitely, and I'm just gonna, I don't know why I want to share this, but I am gonna share it. Just getting comfortable. Keepsake Whole Body Wellness is a skincare wellness company, and so right now with the products that I have, because my personal journey kind of just started with the skincare component of things of it, and it has shifted. And I know one of the things that the Lord has, you know, been pressing is give God the glory, right? To give God the glory. And so when I do speak, and it's easier for me to talk about the goodness of God than to talk about products or to talk about things of this world, or like, I don't know. But that's where I'm at, and I can admit that. So sometimes on here on Self-Care Saturdays, it may be more how through our own external healing that we get deeper into the internal healing, and how that then become an external thing that we can process and we can share with others. So that's, I mean, that's maybe like a pre-warning that maybe where things are going, because I'm a woman of God, I'm a child of God, and it is just it's very easy for me to like to go godly. it is. I can share products. I think sometimes I will do that. For me though, with sharing products, I process it I think about it a lot. And so because I'm thinking about a lot, and because comparison. I'm like, I want my product to look as good as someone else. I want it to I want to have those banging shots or those banging images. And so, you know, this has been over the time that I thought it would be, but trying to shoot products takes me a while, because I'm not just shooting products, I'm learning a new skill. Let's just be honest, I'm learning new skills. I'm learning angles, I'm learning lights, I'm learning sounds. Now, you know, who knows what else I need to learn. So yeah. So that's that. I think that's about all. I just wanted to share that part out there. And yeah, so I thank you guys for watching and for joining, and I thank you if you watched the full video. Kudos to you. Very much appreciated, very much appreciated. And I'll be back. Yeah. So you'll see me, but remember, like, comment, let me know what it is that we want to talk about for these self-care Saturdays, and what it is that you guys think about this trial, this mock video. Are we feeling it? Are we not feeling it? What it do? What's up? You know? So yeah. All right. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget, like, share, comment, let me know. See you next time. Oh yeah, take care of yourself.